Hi guys, welcome back. Micro here. Today we want to talk about the general user interface of FALCON BMS. In the latest videos we talked about the basic setup for single player, for multiplayer, talked about how to use the documentation and get it actually started in BMS. So this video series about setting up BMS is for beginners. And hopefully that's interesting to you. So I don't want to waste time and step into it. So in the single player video we talked shortly about the different sections. Today we want to go more in detail, but not too fancy. Again, you find all your information about general user interface in depth to the in the documentation section. It's a manual document, but just to give some quick overview what we have here. We go from left to right. Hopefully that makes sense. So instant action, as it said, so you can actually fly immediately. First a sweep or air to ground, air to air mission, or a moving mud. That means an air to ground mission. Wave means basically you can set the level of the skill of the AI. So recruit is basically more or less skilled. Ace is very good skilled, so hard to beat, so to say. You can set the types of air defenses you have, only SAMs or AAA or both. And actually then the system creates automatically a mission. You start in the air and you get hunted by several stuff. Also, again, if you don't know exactly what all the sections means, in the general user section on each page you have a help button. So that means basically everything I say is basically again described here. So shortly yeah, good to know, I think. So if you need some info about these interface, you get it also over the help button. That's the instant action. So let's go to Dogfight. Dogfight, as the name says, it's air-to-air focused. So VFR stuff, Dogfight stuff, BFM topics or training you can get there pretty fast. So the system creates for example a mission where you can fly against AI or against other humans. There are three types of mission. You can create a furball, a team furball, or a match play. I think the biggest difference in between team furball and match play is that in match play you cannot get back once you get shut down, so then the game is over to you. But in furball there is so you can hop back in 3D and so on. It's more round-wise, but again the description is here, so you get everything. So then let's see. Okay, that's pretty rough, but yeah, we don't want to waste time because we want to fly. Tactical engagement. So this is let's say the most important section to me. There you can there you have several stuff. First of all, again, BMS comes with several training missions which are already built. The documentation about each mission you find in the again docs folder under it's a missions document. And also you can create your own mission. So let's say, for example, you want to create your own mission. You can do it in the TE builder. I will do a separate video with it, how to create a little mission and how actually to use TE builder, just to give you a quick overview how it looks. So right now we have this is our team overview. So we have 7 teams in this theater right now. You can set skill level, flags, colors, etc., and of course victory conditions. So it's again I come to that in another video with more in depth. but there actually you can build your own mission or even modify existing missions. So you can also say, okay, I have yeah, um, I have by default missions here which comes with the installation, and I want to modify it. You can also do it pretty easily. But again, I will go more in depth in another video. So in the campaign section, normally each theater or most of the theaters comes with several campaigns, so to say. What the goal of the campaign is, what the possibilities of the campaign is. Again, you find information here in the help section or even in the documentation section. The campaign is the well-known and legendary dynamic campaign of BMS. So understand this campaign section as, okay, you get in a combat or in a war, if you name it that way, and you can fly several days, weeks, once in this theater with humans, or just in single player with computer friends, or so to say, not friends, computer wingmans. And you can create your missions, you can fly automatically created missions, and you fly the real deal and the real war, so to say. So it's kind of crazy what happens there. Yeah, that's so flying a campaign is pretty rough sometimes, especially since 4.35 or yeah, the latest releases provide much more smarter AI tactics and so on. But it's fun. You know, it's frustrating sometimes to get shut down a lot when you fly alone. But I always recommend fly with others or find guys where you can fly together, because in a team you're much more efficient, and it's much more fun. Yeah, but the campaign engine is yeah, it's crazy and legendary. But again, this will be maybe another video where I yeah, maybe show you how campaign works, or maybe how you can even modify it to your taste. So we will come to that later. Okay, next section. Tactical references. Yeah, it's you find any information, general information, any historical information to each aircraft, ship, vehicle, weapon, ordnance, whatever, in this section. So you have a lot of stuff to choose, a lot of yeah, a lot of good information there, good source for let's say okay, I know in this theater are this kind of threats, so which weapon they can carry, or what are their capabilities for speeds, and so on and so forth. And also you can also train your ears, because in later missions I will show this, but yeah, each type of aircraft has its own radar signature. You can train also your ears with this little funny section, which is just newly added. Okay, this is tactical reference. Comm section is actually everything where you save your presets about the communication or the information to servers where you want to connect. I mentioned that in the multiplayer video, so if you have more questions about this, go to the multiplayer video. Okay, next is the ACMI section. There you have the ACMI or your ACMI tapes listed. So you have two ways to use the ACMI, or let's describe first what is an ACMI. ACMI is an file format where all your flight data of every airplane, every ground unit is recorded. So you can check this file after your flight, so what was going on, what happened to the flight, what went well, and so on and so forth. Any information. So you can open and yeah, check this tape in TechView, for example, or even in this ACMI section here, but I don't want to do it right now. But for that, that's for theater. Yeah, tomorrow I think will come a new video about what are the main theaters in BMS, how to handle them, how to download them, how to install them, and so on. Here in this section, actually, you can switch between theaters, so that's the easiest description of it, hopefully. Setup, I talked about that in the single player video. So here you find basically everything about your sound setup, your graphics setup, your controller setup, general simulation preferences, and so on and so forth. And last but not least, we have exit. So nothing to add to that. Yeah. Again, this was just a very quick overview of what you have here. Easy to use. I think it's a very easy to use. General user interface is yeah, nothing too fancy, but it's totally fine that way. When you want to have more in-depth information, you can go as always to the docs folder and go to the BMS manual. There you have a lot more in-depth, so to say, information again. So I always mention go to the docs section and get your information there first. But yeah, that's it for that video. Hopefully this was helpful, and see you next time. Bye bye.